Hello, guys. What's going on? It's your boy Nick, HOUTX Trader. I am completely sorry. I thought I was live this whole time. I've been sitting here talking, thinking I was live the whole time, and I caught this entry perfectly. And I was walking you guys through the whole thing, and I look up on my screen and it says "Go live." And I was like, "Son of a bitch!" I was already supposed to be live, but there it is. There's the entry we had. I'm an idiot. Oh well. No one's in here, anyways. It's just me trading. No one left me any messages telling me that I wasn't live, so fuck it, whatever. It's just me trading today. Too bad these guys missed out. Printing cash, printing money. Let's copy this image. Copy image. News is coming out sometime this morning, I do believe. Let's just post this up here. Let's just go. This is what I'm doing, guys. Look, this is Andy Peters' Discord. This is the Bored Ape Discord. This is Vtopia's Discord. Right? Here it is. Nick's calls. There it is. Bingo. And this is the Bit Dogs. Called it live. Well, I thought I was live. What up there, Mr. Fire Punch Black? Thanks for joining us this morning. Man, I was a complete bonehead. I called this, I was in here trading live, or I thought I was live, and I wasn't live. I looked up on my screen and it says go live, little button. I said, son of a bitch, I thought I was live this whole time. But anyways, we caught this trade at the bottom right here. At basically perfect, no drawdown whatsoever. And yeah, there it goes. So we can review real quick since you're just getting here of how I caught that trade and why I caught that trade. Let's go back to the single screen and we can call this out. So look, on the 1 hour chart here, we have a bottom and we have a top. And what I'm seeing is that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of liquidity here. There's lots of sellers here. And right above this area, you're going to have a lot of breakout buyers, right? So this is the area right in here where we can see massive amounts of liquidity in this area right there, right? So that's my target. I want price to hit that, okay? This is kind of what some people call a point of no return, right? We have a bottom and it pushed off and it's unable to break this top. So what's it doing? It's consolidating, getting orders, right, to hopefully then break that top. Okay, so now if we have that kind of idea in our head, then we know that this is the bottom. This is the bottom, and that's the bottom that we're playing for now. If that's not the bottom and that gets broken, then we're going to play this as the bottom, right? But for now, this is going to be our bottom. That's a nice wick off, not wick off because people think I'm trying to say wick off. That is a nice wick and push up. So we're going to use this as our bottom right there, right? Okay, so then we just fib from top to bottom, this top, not this top, because this is the bottom. We don't want to go this way. We don't want to go this way. We want to go this way because we're buying up in this direction. Anyways, so there's my fib. There's my buy zone. But then I also see, if I come down into like a smaller time frame, I also see we have this area, right? Where we have top of that wick, this buy candle, the bottom of this wick. This looks to me like a little box. In my brain, that's a little box. Now, I realize that you got this wick down here and all this other. I don't really care. For me, I just think easy. Wick there, nice little tight box. Okay, not a big box. Like I don't want to make a big box. I want to make a small box. So I mean, perhaps you could even move it to like right here with this bottom wick. But I chose my box to be there. All right. It's not an exact science. Then I drew that box all the way across, as you can see, to here. Right. There it is. So I told myself if it hits the top of this wick, I'm going to take my first entry, which I did right there. And if it hits below and it gets, let's say, 50% of this area, which is this box, right, that line, or my 78.6, which is right there, I'm going to take another entry. Right. So here's my first entry is not quite 100%. That's actually a half entry. I risked a half of percent. I did not risk a full percent. And if it comes down, then I'll throw in another 1%. Therefore, my total risk would have been 1.5%. Well, it didn't come down that low. Well, not yet. It hasn't, right? So there's my reason there. So there's half of the equation, right? The first half of the equation is find a target area. There's it is. Now, the other half of the equation is why would it want to buy up? Well, locally, I see there's a top here and a double top here, right? So this for me is a target. If this is going to continue to sell back off, if that is the actual true movement of the market, it was going to need to take out these two tops and give it enough juice, give it enough steam, enough liquidity to come down and take out the bottom, right? So this is kind of like a point of no return. If it breaks this, our entry here, and it breaks the second entry, it's gonna melt, right? So we're not playing again. We're not playing in the interior in the middle. I'm not interested in playing there. I'm interested in playing on the outsides, and that's kind of what this is. This is the outside kind of a trade. So I don't want to say TP1, but perhaps break even is going to be when it breaks this. Because if it breaks this, then it's going to keep going up. If for some reason it turns around, that's telling me it's giving me enough liquidity to take me out, right? So what I could actually do now is probably start to move this stop loss up. But I'm not going to do that just quite yet. I'm not going to do that until it breaks this top. When it breaks this top, I'll move to break even, perhaps even TP1. And then really what we want to see is all-time high. All right. So we're hoping that taking out this and taking out this and taking out this is giving us enough liquidity to set an all-time high. That's the game plan, right? But we do realize that we need to take some profit along the way. So when it does break even, I'm making up my mind on the fly. When it does pop that, I will move to break even, and then we'll go from there. The real stop loss, I mean, I put it large just in case it wanted to do a double bottom. And I know everyone's like, you need to have a 3-to-1, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But if we enter here and we TP1 there, that's 200 points, dude. No one's going to bitch about 200-point fucking trade, right? So that's going to be our first TP. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if you're even in here. Yeah, I think you're still in here. It says one viewer. So there it is. So that's my game plan for now. We'll see how this shakes out. That's the reason why I took the trade. That's the reason why I'm taking profit where I'm going to take profit. I don't like this fucking wick right there, though. Some people are already taking profit. I mean, if you think about it, if we entered here and we caught that, that's 150 pips, dude. People are taking profit right now. I guarantee it on this double top right there. How much profit am I in? Yeah, I mean, that's not much profit. Yeah. So we're at 100 pips right now. We're at 100 pips right now. So maybe I should just take half. All right. I took half right there. I should have probably gone on a larger lot size on that account. Let me pull up this other account. And we'll take half now. So I'm just going to take half now because I see it rejecting. So unfortunately, I didn't catch it all the way up there. I was blabbing, and I didn't come to the smaller time frames to see that. But it is what it is. So think about this. Now what is it doing, right? If we think about it, that's just setting a double top. All right. So then perhaps this is going to come down and keep on going. Maybe it won't. Maybe that's all the liquidity it needs to set a new lower low and break us out, right? So let's just go ahead and move to move to break even. So my stop loss, I'm moving my stop losses now to break even. All right, break even there on that one. Stop loss. What's my entry on this one? Is 24.85. I'm going to call it 24.86. All right, there we go. So we're broke even. We've taken some small profit and broken even now. All right. I don't like to take profit too early, but I do see this rejection here on this double top. Nice wick down. I did not like that wick. RSI is also right in the 50% range. So, I mean, this could be a turnaround spot. So it's better to put a little bit of money in the bank, move to break even. We have a risk-free trade and we put some money in the bank. So there it is. Winning trade taken live. All right. For 100, I mean, it was 150 pips. When I closed out, it was 100 pips. I mean, a lot of people, all they do is try to take 100 pips, right? There's a lot of people, and that's their whole risk, 100 pips. So that's what we were at. We closed at 100. No shame in that game. Right there, 102 pips, 103 pips. We closed out half. We protected, and now we have the rest running. I'll take that all fucking day. All day. I mean, technically, we could close the computer and walk away. 100 pips. Plus the UK guys caught 100 pips this morning. So, and that's 200 pips in the bank account this morning. Now, I should have gone a larger lot size, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But with this, all these zones right here below it, I couldn't go a huge lot size. And I'm not the kind of person who wants to try to do a super small stop loss and then jack the lot size up. I would rather have a larger stop loss, manage my risk appropriately, and make sure that I have other bullets sitting below and make sure that I win the trade, right? So we'll see how this hourly candle closes out. We're at 19. We still have a long way to go on this hourly candle, but it should definitely engulf this last bull candle, bear candle. If it engulfs that last bear candle and closes above it, then we might just take another entry, you know? All right. I'm going to take a quick break. I can hear my daughter in the background. I'm going to go say hello to her. Let's just watch these charts for a little bit, and we'll see. If this comes back down and then see what the RSI does, we might take another entry. And to be honest with you, I would not mind. Again, we said it earlier, this might give us the third touchdown here. We do have news, I think, in a little bit, so we don't want to get too crazy with let's just look at the news real quick. Don't want to get too crazy. What kind of fucking shit is this? The news is, let me sign in. Yeah, dude, sign in, dude. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. No, I'm not a robot, dude. Come on, brother. Okay. We have S&P Global Manufacturing, ISM Manufacturing at 8:45 my time, which is an hour and 24 minutes, and 9 o'clock. To be honest with you, I don't remember those two news events driving a whole lot of volatility and liquidity. So I'm not too concerned with those news events. They are red folders, however. But again, I'm not going to get my panties in a bundle over those two. So there it is. Give me 1 second there, Fire Punch. Let me go say what's up to my daughter. Hello. Hello, good morning. Where's my baby house? Oh, hello, pretty girl. I love you so much. I love your hair. Oh, you have cute hair. Can I have a quick session of one, please? Thank you. Oh, nice hair. How many practice? Oh, that pretty hair. All right, now we got 8 minutes to get out the door. That's it. Daycare straight to the gym? Yeah. You want to CrossFit Lance's CrossFit? Yeah. You want to go? No. No, I need to do some work here in a little bit. All right, Fire Punch, you still with me? Oh, we got somebody else in here. What up, second person who's viewing? Type something in the chat so we know who you are. And if you're just joining, we were able to catch this perfect entry here. We ran it for 100 points, 100 pips, took profit, moved to break even, and now we have the other half. So I only took half profit because I took a smaller. Oh, Charlie, what up? What up, Charlie? So I'm glad you're here, my man. Let me just, because this is the first time you've ever joined in on any of my live calls, let me just show you what I did here. So, like I was explaining to Mr. Fire Punch up here, we have some good liquidity sitting on top, right? one, two, three, four, 5 touches. This is also all-time highs. So we know that if it breaks this top, we're gonna have a lot of people taking profits. All these people that are shorting are gonna be hitting stop loss break evens, and then we're gonna have a bunch of people breakout traders in this area. So this is where liquidity is up in this area. All right. So that's the area that I want to target. We see that we kind of have what I call, or what my people call, a point of no return. We have a low here. If it breaks this low and we lose this trade, it's probably adios amigos, and it's going to really, really sell off, right? So we kind of have an area where if we're playing this as the true low, we really don't want it to break much lower than this. So I was starting to scale in. I didn't take a full position. I took a 0.5%. Okay. So once I see this, I see the liquidity there, I see the low here, and I want to start playing in this 78 to 88.6 percentage on the fib, that area. I then zoom in and see that I have this order block in this area. So what I did is I marked off the top of the wicks and the bottom area of these wicks, as you can see, and I drew my box across. This is the gain fam, the fib gain box, and I have it set for 50%. So the line in the middle is 50%. All right. So when I saw price touch the top, I entered because we also had divergent on the smaller time frame. So we go to the 15. You see low, low. The RSI is getting weaker as the price is getting lower. So for my confirmations, I had RSI divergent. I had my top of my order block this way. And I kind of have a point of no return that if it breaks, we're screwed. We also see that there's a double top here, which I'm counting as liquidity. I want to see this double top get broken and taken out, right? And then perhaps it'll find resistance up in this area and then start to sell off. But by then, if it does take out this double top, I would have taken some profit and I would have moved to break even, and it would have been a successful day. So for my trade, I'm looking for entry number 1 right there. And if it does dip lower, let's say 78.6, 50% of my gain fam, or the 88.6, I have another bullet. I have another entry sitting over here somewhere that I can take because I didn't take a full position here. Therefore, I can take another position if I need to, right? So when we come down, we saw the divergent. We took the trade. If we come down to the smaller time frames, it ran 160 pips. I did see a little bit late. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it quite on time because I was on the higher time frame. This double top, and then it start to reject with that wick. So that's where I took, once I noticed it, I took TP1 at 100 points. I closed out half, moved to break even, and let the other half run. I didn't close out the majority position, I only closed out half, right? So technically, I only took a 0.5%, and I closed out half of that, so I took a 0.25%. It is what it is, but I do recognize that in my brain, I see a lot of time gold likes to do a 3 drive push on the divergent, and then that's when it likes to pop off. So I have that other bullet waiting in case it does want to find my 50% of my gain fam or get lower into my buy zone. So I'm willing to break even on this first one and just pop another bullet, pop another shot if it does dip lower. So that is why I took that trade. So we have good liquidity on top, higher time frame, RSI, divergent. We're in the buy zone. We're in the point of no return. Seems like we've got everything going. And that's why I popped that trade. Hopefully that makes sense. So I did have it on the dual chart. Oh, yeah. Also, too, to spice this up a little bit, on the 1 hour time frame, right? It came down and hit our area. And I was saying that if we have this wick right there, I wanted this candle, this hourly candle, that hourly candle to close above that wick, which is kind of really where this wick is too. And if it closed above that wick, it made me feel more confident in the trade because I know a lot of people wait for the hourly candle to close. So I think that's kind of where we got more of this push up, is when that hourly candle closed right there above that wick. So I'd like to see the wick down. this wick down and then close above, that is a sign for bullish strength, if you ask me. We were already in the trade, but we could have popped another entry. We did not. Um, but I definitely do not like to see this wick now, right? Double top, long wick. So this is kind of making me think that this is going to push now lower, which is all good because I have another bullet sitting right there. Yeah, for gold. Yeah. Yep. You know what's crazy is I was telling you that I was looking into getting an algo because you know I have my trade ideas, which is in this area. Let's say, right? I have my trade ideas taking longs in this area. It's clear as day. I posted it beforehand. So I was looking into getting an alpha, and I bought this one over the weekend, an algo, excuse me. And I'm gonna try to see if I can make their algo come together with my brain. And as you can see, if I'm buying in this area, their algo really isn't where I'm at. On the 1 hour. If we come to the 15-minute, right? It's telling me bulls, bear, 8 and 9. This is almost a reversal candle for more bulls to step in, and it didn't do it. It came that much lower. Now it gave me a bull candle, which is white. And again, now it's flipping up. So I mean, I'm trying to figure out their algo, and these two RSIs and this alpha thrust, whatever, that's their algo. I'm kind of more comfortable with the regular RSI, but it's all good. I don't really use moving averages with RSIs. Again, if I was going to pull a RSI, it would look like this RSI over here on the 15-minute. Just a simple. I don't even care about the yellow line. To be honest with you, it's just the black line. I don't give a shit about the moving averages when it comes to RSIs. I just want to see if it's overbought or oversold. But anyways, there's that algo that I picked up this weekend, and so far it hasn't done shit for me because I took that regular trade. Old school. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick. So Bitcoin broke structure. You can tighten this up a little bit, kind of like that, or you could do it like this, or you could do it like this, right? So I kind of thought that Bitcoin had broke structure here. Charlie, yeah, lots of algos don't make sense a lot of the time. You just basically find one. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so anyway, Bitcoin broke, right? Broke this structure. It broke the trend line, and then it broke this structure here. So that's a double break of structure. But I play the liquidity game. So I see liquidity sitting here, and more than likely, I want to see this Bitcoin then come up, hold this as the top, find an area, and that if we really look, there's a wick sitting right there. So if we did this, there to there, we see this wick right in the 78.86 zone. Be looking to take a sell in that zone there, right? To catch this liquidity down here. If that doesn't work and we lose that trade, which is obviously a more risky trade, I'd be willing to wait then. And this is my real sell zone is up here. Because if we go to a little bit higher with time frame, let's reset the chart. We see the Fibo from there to there. Actually, wrong one. Well, actually, that's not bad. If we look at that Fibo, we see that my sell zone where I'm looking to take sells is right below the 50. So we have a double top. We're in this area, but if I move that fib to this, there to there, there's my 78.86 sell zone. There's all this liquidity, actually double top liquidity. So take out the double top liquidity. Come on. Oh, well, I don't know why it's not doing that. Anyways, take out this double top liquidity and then start to sell off right there. So I'm looking for sells, and then look too. Look at this nice little order block right there. Directional order block that led to the big sell-off. So this is giving me more confirmation, and we have the daily support and resistance zone right there. So we have daily support and resistance right at my 88.6. There's two confluences. We have an order block. There's three confluences. By the time it gets up there, it will be overbought on the RSI, 3, 4 confluences. Technically, we're still in a bear trend, 5 confluences. So we can really start to stack reasons why we think it's going to turn around in this area. So I'll take a sell there. I'll put my stop loss just a bit higher than the double top in case it wants a double top. And this is why I use my Fibonacci's and I use it at 10%. And so I always put my stop loss at 10% because that protects me from the double top. I'll be back in a second. All right. I'm back. Daughter had to go to school. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. As you can see, this is probably a better trend line because it's holding the structure. So that's totally cool. I'll wait for it to go up there and to sell. What are we doing on Goldilocks? I know, Charlie, if that's still you in the chat, I know that earlier you said there was news. That news comes out like an hour and 10. I don't remember that news giving any sort of I don't think those newses really matter, to be honest with you. What is this going off here? Yeah, I don't remember those newses mattering. The IS let me see here. S&P Global Manufacturing and the ISM Manufacturing. So what I like to do then, this is, I know you probably know this, but someone else who might be watching this later on, is if you go back and you click on this, it'll tell you the last time that news came out, right? So, right here. So last time it came out was July 24th. Actually, maybe coming here, August 1st, August 22nd. So you go back and look at, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, August 1st. So just go back and look at like what August 1st and what that did to the market. I don't think it usually does much. So if we just kind of come back, August 1st is way back here. August 11th, August 12th. Where are we at? August 2nd. Ooh, look at that big ass wick. August 2nd, August 1st. So here we are. 060709. So that's August 1st, 0809. So this is basically the time frame where that news came out. Is right inside there. And so I mean that's a wick, right? But it's not like this wick. August 2nd. I mean, what news was that? Jesus fuck. That's what we need to be worried about, not this. That guy. So that's kind of what I do when it comes to news. I just remember, but if I have a question, I go back and look at the last time the news came out and see what it did to the market. Hopefully that helps. Let's put this back up here. Okay. So gold's looks like gold might hang in there. Again, I've already taken half profit, so I'm not going to re-enter here. That trade's pretty much done. Two things going to happen. It's going to just go, and I'll just take profit, or it's going to dip down, knock me out at break even, which I'll pop another entry, and then we'll go from there at a larger lot size. You know what's crazy? ISM news is what I'm looking at. Yeah, I was gonna write you guys something. That's and that's kind of like a bad way to think. If you're used to banging trades by the seat of your pants, and that has worked for you in the past, then don't trade that, and don't change that. Like if you're being cautious because you have the copy trader going and it's missing some good, it just changes who you are. So I know that added stress, especially if you're calling signals, whatever, that stress can fuck with people a lot. Hopefully that's not happening to you guys. Hopefully you just do what you do, and that's, and to be honest with you, that's kind of reason why when I put up my trades like this, that I'm not necessarily calling out signals like you guys are with the specifics like this. I call them out and I just put them like this, right? Like here's the chart, there's my entry. You can see it's 24.85. My stop loss is down there. Like I'm not going to write it out verbatim like you guys do. Like there's the chart, right? There it is. You see where my stop loss is. Draw the fucking Fibonacci's on your chart. There it is. Take the trade. I think maybe that kind of reduces stress too. Because if you're doing all what you guys are doing like this, typing all this shit out, I don't know. If it was me, I would just post the chart and be like, here's the trade. I can read it, enter. The less hassle for you, less stress for you. Keep your brain in the zone instead of just worrying about every fucking whatever, right? Every tick, every pip when it comes to calling those signals out. Just my impression. But anyways, this is kind of it, man. We're kind of done. There's there's only two trades to be. There's only one more trade to be had. We get knocked out and we re-enter down here and we take it back up. That's really the only thing that's left to happen today. And if that does happen, I'm taking the trade. I've already made up my mind that if it does that, unless we have some crazy candle, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Catering to all these people, but fuck it. They need to learn how to write it. They need they need to learn how to look at the chart. I mean, if you do this and they can't figure out that, I mean, it literally says it 24.73. I mean, it literally says it right there on the screen for them. Um, you know, I understand your cats are catering too, but if your catering is clogging up your brain and making you do this and that, then do what you got to do, bro. Because at the end of the day, you got to make yourself money. And you got to be a profitable trader. So that's just my little advice: is don't get over stressed out about it. Don't let the copy trading fucking stress you out too much about it. Post your trades, do your things. Take care of yourself first. If you have time to post the signals, you have time to post all that shit and lay it out for everyone, then do that. Or I know you guys have a team, have Josh help you, whatever, do what y'all have to do. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Not that I need to give you 2 cents. You do just fine on your own. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I think that's it for today as far as live trading is concerned. I mean, there's only two things to be had. Excuse me, one thing to be had. Enter, go. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to take a second entry here, like a breakout entry. That is a possibility because if it breaks this, it's going to at least go up here to the 25.16 area. Because really, if you want to talk order blocks, I mean, this is kind of a big order block. Perhaps you could start to look in this area is more of a support and resistance area, which is not a bad area, right? You have the support, you have resistance, support, resistance, 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 resistance. That's kind of an area then if you wanted to take another second entry, kind of a breakout trade there, once it broke out of there and take your profit in that area. Um, that's not a bad idea, but that's risky because you're already risking your profit. But here's the deal: like this is what separates most people from separates the really good from the really bad, right? If you're in a winning position, people who are really good don't mind doubling down. All right, I'm in a winning position. The market's going my way. Why would I not just add to my winning position? Where a lot of people will never do that, right? So, with that theme, if this starts to break above, if this starts to get up here and starts to take out this wick, starts to take this out, there's another entry. Starts to take this out, there's another entry. It's obviously going to be a small lot size, right? Because you're not going to risk. But if you've already banked some money, risk half of what you banked and throw that in there. So even if you do lose the trade, you're still up for the day. But now if you win the trade, now you're really winning, right? The best loser wins, but sometimes the best winner it also is the way to go. So, fuck, that's 100 pips, baby. We'll take another entry right now. That found the bottom. What was that, Fibbo? Found the bottom. It cleared 50%. It found the top of this wick. It did not find the top of that sell wick, though. I mean, there's another entry. I mean, fuck it. Why not? All right, here we go. I'm going to go back in. There it is. I took another entry right there. Right there. And now we could even, you could even call the, right there below. We'll put it right below the 61.8, actually. Let me come down and get this dialed in. Stop loss. Always trade with the stop loss. Just to save your ass in case you get some crazy wick out of nowhere. Always trade the stop loss. So there it is. We'll see. I put it right below the 61.8. So if it does want to come back down and tap the 61.8, it is what it is. All right, guys. We'll talk later on Discord. Always my man. All right, we're gonna call it a day. So we got another entry here with a small percentage. Hopefully, just runs. If not, both of these will fucking break, and we'll catch another entry at the bottom after the news goes. And again, if we're looking at Bitcoin real quick, waiting for Bitcoin to come all the way up to the 60,442 area, 60,200. So it's anywhere between 60,200 to 60,700 in that range, in this little range right in here. We'll be looking to take sales. And we'll be looking to catch that Bitcoin all the way down at least to 58.2, which again is our daily support and resistance. And since I have you guys here, why not just throw this out there real quick? When it comes to daily support and resistance, this is what I do. Let's hide all the charts. I look for tops and bottoms. This is how I find my support and resistance. So I see these bottoms match up with these tops, this top, this top, this top matches up with these bottoms. So I would draw a line right there, right? Now I look at, okay, we have a top here, but I don't have any good bottoms. So I'm always looking for tops to meet bottoms. We have a good top here, meets this bottom. Perhaps there's a good one. This bottom meets this top. There's a good one. So I'm doing this on the hourly, but I really like to do it on the daily. So tops and bottoms on the daily. Here's a top, meets that bottom, really close to that bottom, right? Which meets this consolidation zone, which meets this top, which meets that bottom. You get the idea. So I would then be drawing a line right there and right there and right there and right there. That top, that bottom, that bottom. So that's how I get my daily support resistance. And then I would also do that on the hourly time frame to get some interior structure going on. But there's a nice daily support resistance area, which is really in our fib area, which is under order block. So we're waiting for that on Bitcoin. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. We'll chat later. Y'all, good luck trading.